Welcome to OpenText Output Server installation with Oracle database using TNS name. Here we will go through the standard installation of OpenText Output Server version 16.6 on a Linux machine with Oracle database using net service name. For this, the prerequisites are a valid output server license file, Oracle DB server installed on a remote machine. For this, user and tablespace will have to be created along with granting privileges. And we also require TNS names.ora file to connect to Oracle database server. Next we need open source package star file. This star file will contain all the open source softwares that have been used in output server. Next we need data direct ODBC drivers. Make sure that ODBC driver is installed prior to output server installation. Now to install output server, the package will be available on Microsoft Teams shortly, whereas post 16.6 release it will be available on OpenText My Support page. Next we will look into the steps to install output server on a Linux machine with Oracle database using TNS name. Log into a Linux machine and navigate to the path where output server package is located. We will list the files here. So these are the files that are available in the package. Do not use system generated Perl. It is always recommended to use the Perl that is provided with the package, as it would contain output server configuration changes. We use setup.pl script to start the installation. So we will begin the installation here. On running the setup script, we are prompted with two options. One is to install OpenText Output Management product components, or two is to uninstall. On every operation we choose, there is a default option that is being prompted here. So we can hit enter and go with the default option, or we can choose other available options and proceed further. We can use the same setup script to uninstall output server. So we will begin the installation by choosing option 1. Next we need to select the package, whether it is OpenText Output Server or OpenText Output Server client only. So we'll go with option 1, OpenText Output Server. Next is to select the type of installation. So we'll go with option 1, that is standard installation. Here we need to choose an operation of license or fingerprint generation. So we'll go with the license setup, where we will provide a license file. Here we need to provide the full path of the generated license file along with the file name. This has to be a valid license file. Otherwise, you will not be able to proceed further and you would be prompted to provide a valid license file. Next, we need to enter the path where we want to install output server binaries. Here you can provide a path of your choice. I have provided the path. So it says the directory does not exist. Do you want to create it? We'll choose yes. Next, we need to enter the path where we want to install output server instance. So it has taken the same path that we have provided for output server binaries. So I'll continue with that. Next, we need to enter the path where we want to store output server log files. So it has prompted a path where it will create a log folder under the path of output server instance. So this directory does not exist. Do you want to create it? Yes. Next, we need to enter the username who will own the installed files. You could enter the username of your choice. So I'll go with the default. Next, do you want to restrict access to server binaries to other users? No. Do you want to create a set of default servers? So we'll go with option 1, where it will create primary servers and one default server for each delivery server. Next, we need to enter the OpenText Output Server domain name. Again, you could choose a domain name of your choice, but make sure that it starts with a letter and it can contain letters, numbers, or other specific characters. So I'll continue with the default. Next, we need to enter the output server NM port number, and again it has to be in the range that is given here. So I'll enter 4015. Next, do you want to configure advanced server options including firewall and multi-network interface card support? So we will not go with advanced server options, no. Do you want this setup to start the servers at the end of installation? Yes. Next, we need to select the type of database that we want to use. So we'll go for Oracle. Next, we need to choose the type of connection identifier to connect to Oracle database. So we will go with option 2, that is TNS name. Next, we need to enter Oracle username. So for this, we will log into a remote host where Oracle DB server is running. There we will go through the steps to create Oracle username and tablespace. I have now logged into a remote host and then logged into Oracle command line editor. Make sure the host name of Oracle installed server is resolvable by output server host. That is, Oracle installed host and output server installed host are able to do the DNS resolution to each other. Here we will create a PDB user. So the first step would be to alter the session and point to PDB service, that is a pluggable database service. Before that, we will alter the pluggable database to open. This is a command to alter the session and point to PDB service. So session is altered. Now we will create the DB user. So this is the command to create DB user. So user is created. Next we create table space. This is the command to create table space. So table space is created. Next we grant all privileges to the DB user. So grant succeeded. So these are the steps which need to be followed to create a PDB user. So we will now go back to the output server installation to enter these details. Here we need to enter the Oracle username. This is the username that we created. Next we need to enter the user password for Oracle database server. Re-enter password. Here we need to enter the TNS name. This is the TNS name that we specified. Next we need to enter the path of tnsnames.ora file. So this file will contain details such as IP and port number of the remote host where Oracle database server is running. So we will provide the path where we have stored tnsnames.ora file. Next we need to enter install path for ODBC Oracle driver. Next is to enter the full path of open source package star file. Next is, do you want to enable encryption for output server? We'll choose yes. So after we choose all the options, it gives a list here where we can perform a pre-installation check to review the installation and configuration options. So if the installation and configuration options are correct, then we proceed with yes. If we need to make any one or more changes, then we enter no and make those changes and then proceed further. Since all the options that we have entered here are correct, we'll continue with yes option. So it has started the installation. Open source package extraction is successful. It is configuring primary servers. Now it is configuring delivery servers. So installation has been completed. Here we see OpenText Output Server 16.6 server successfully installed and configured. To check the server status, we will have to source the environment. So we see all the servers are running. Here we will be able to see the server status of only internal servers. Next we will check the output server version. So it is OpenText Output Server 16.6 and package 10 that has been installed. You can use list host command to view all the installation and configuration options. So it will give a list here. So with this we have successfully installed Output Server version 16.6 on a Linux machine with Oracle database using TNS name. Thank you.